So you see that Drexel boat just started throwing the last 5-6 strokes, just threw extra effort into it.
And off we are again. Here we go with these start strokes in our next race.
That's a women's Frost Novice Heavyweight 8. This is the Sarah Vaughn Trophy. Pittsburgh in 1, Connecticut 2, Drexel 3, Bowdoin in 4, West Point in 5, and Temple in the outside lane.
Yeah, and this should be a really fun race. Novice racing is always really interesting and exciting. And what we mean when we say novice or freshman, guys, this is going to be, again, athletes that have just come to collegiate level rowing this year. So this is their first season rowing at this level. And looking down the course, we have a nice shot of the Bowdoin boat there with the checkerboard blades in the middle of your picture. And then on either side of them, we're going to have a Drexel and West Point.
Yeah, Bowdoin in the middle there. See the referee launched just off to their starboard blades. That's the right side, in the case, the left side of the boat.
Yeah, it looks like these athletes in the Drexel boat are maybe overstroking that Bowdoin boat by a little bit, just taking the first 500 a little bit more aggressively in the Dragon boat.
Well, what would the goal here be if you were behind them in the heats or the timing of things? What's your option? The option to try and get out in front, see if you can stay out there.
Yeah, well, potentially this Bowdoin boat hasn't seen this Drexel boat yet in competition at this regatta. Given that these guys are facing off in these middle lanes, it's possible that they came at each other from different points of qualification in the regatta so far. Oh boy, looks like we're hitting a little buoy line there in the Drexel 8. Let's get out of there, coxswain.
Yep.
We don't want to give anything away here.
Yeah, they're aiming towards those buoys. That's not a good thing. Come on, straighten it out there, lady.
Well, unless she's really hoping to make an aggressive turn. This is a course that she would be very familiar with, after all, being a Drexel athlete. So maybe this is a strategy, and she knows exactly what she's doing. If her athletes are prepared to go through those buoys, that could be something that they discussed ahead of time.
Course correction there as they come around that big buoy.
Let's see if she puts this big buoy under the shaft and not under the blades there.
And, you know, to be honest, that is a perfect way to do that. If you want to cut your corner, you put that buoy right under the riggers like that, and you're not out of your lane.
All right, snaps to you, Drexel coxswain. Nice work there. And it looks like with that aggressive steering from that novice coxswain in the Drexel boat, that they might have just moved into the lead of this freshman women's 8 race.
You know, that's the first time I've seen one of these coxswains do that, is put that buoy under the riggers like that, and that is the perfect way to do that. As long as you're not interfering with the other lane, your boat stays on the oars can cross over if you're not interfering with the other boat's oars.
There you go, well played. So maybe that was the strategy, is just to really blast off the start in order to create a space so that you were not actually going to be flagged for interference at that early stage in the race. But here we are looking at this. Hold on now, is this the Drexel boat?
That's West Point, I believe.
Oh, it sure is. Here we are talking all about this Drexel boat, and here it is, West Point.
Well, you know, we saw it before the bridge. It looked like that West Point boat. You had mentioned something about West Point may have done something that Bowdoin was unaware of. I just saw the coxswain completely turn around and look at the Drexel boat there.
And also with a hand in the air, which is an unusual motion to make during a 2K.
Yeah, that doesn't, I don't understand that one there.
But we just saw West Point on the top of the screen and Drexel at the bottom of the screen. Here's your Bowdoin boat going by just now.
So West Point and Drexel are the ones that seem to be out in front. A little bit unusual. Look down the course down there. It adds absolutely that is West Point and Drexel in the middle of the course. 1,000 meters to go. Interesting that West Point is showing some colors here that they may not have shown in the earlier races, but then again, they may have had a tougher event earlier on, and now they've toughened up for this one here. But they seem to know what they want to do.
That's Rick Keller right there.
Here's a nice shot of the festivities happening on the medals dock. Looks like the rain has held off for just a moment, so some of these athletes and their coaches can receive their awards and stay somewhat dry.
Right there.
So going back to the race course, it looks like now lane 3, it was Drexel that looked like the West Point crew was doing some damage, and now Drexel is the one who's commanding the middle of this course. Again, maybe it's a move at the 1,000 meter mark, but that is Drexel in the middle of the course, just putting the pedal down and opening up water, given no chance of people to catch them, especially these big boats here, to make that big of a move with what's left to go to catch in that gold medal. Drexel's not going to let that happen.
Yeah, I think you're right. It does look like Drexel has moved into the lead over West Point on the far side of the course. Maybe leaving Bowdoin out of it at the moment, or at least leaving Bowdoin to tussle with the other crew over in lane 2.
Connecticut there.
Yeah, our Yukon boat in lane 2.
They all may be tussling for that silver medal, too. I mean, West Point looks like they had a pretty good chance of doing that. Now it looks like West Point may be giving up a little bit of water to these other boats.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to tell between these second and third positions for sure, between West Point, Yukon, and Bowdoin, duking it out behind Drexel for the silver and the bronze. But it does look like Drexel is convincingly leading this pack down the race course as we're coming through the island now. These guys are going to be winding up for their sprints.
Rowing solid 36 right now. Have not decided to take it up just yet. Far side of the course, that West Point crew still seems like they're holding into that potential silver medal position right next to them. Bowdoin, I don't know if they're making up any ground or not, but they've got running out of room very quickly here.
Oh, this Drexel coxswain is just killing me right now. She looks like a little marshmallow with her hood up in that bright white hoodie, but man, what a marshmallow she's going to be when she's standing on the medals dock with a gold medal around her neck,
oh, yeah,
leading her freshman crew.
West Point now with a full boat length lead over Bowdoin as they come down from the tip of the island. They got 150, maybe a little less than 200 meters to go.
Yeah, Drexel definitely leading the way here, and it is West Point that's going to be holding off a charge now from Bowdoin for that silver and that bronze medal. Does look like we're having a bit of a steering issue off screen with the Yukon boat just coming out of their lane into lane 1. I'm not sure what's happening there, but they are not in it for the medals, but they are going to be racing hard against Temple for positions 4 and 5 as our silver medalists, West Point, cross the line, and Bowdoin for the bronze in the women's freshman 8.